It's Focus Connect back in the building. And man, Tyrese just said some powerful words and had a powerful outlook on the situation with Nipsey Hussle. They killed greatness. They killed their great white hope for their community. Because when you look at what Big U represent, Big U don't represent business, even though he may be doing business. But the overall perception of Big U to the world is that he's a gangster. The stories that they put out about Big U fighting, beating up and knocking out 30 or 40 some people in a gang, which that's untrue. That's impossible. And then you just got the name surrounding him of his bravado. And maybe Big U was tough. We can tell how big he is. The average opponent probably wasn't his size. He probably was basically bullying and extorting people because that's the reputation that he had. But Nipsey Hussle, a lot of times the OGs got to understand, man, that the younger generation, they coming up with a different set of information. They have more knowledge, and the fact they can look at the mistakes that y'all made to make a better decision on life as far as finances. Because back in the 90s, you didn't have a lot of people as far as teenagers becoming millionaires. It wasn't possible. But through social media, a lot of black people have been able to generate massive amounts of wealth because of the internet. But you got Nipsey Hussle come from the hood that's supposed to be protecting him, and reached a level to where these guys was jealous of him. They spoke on him, his beef with Big U, in which I don't think Big U had anything to do with the death of Nipsey Hussle. I honestly don't. But we don't know what was said between Eric Holden and Nipsey. We don't know the relationship that they had, because you better believe we are not getting all the information over this internet. Sometimes the hood politics is the hood politics and the internet is the internet. We gotta understand that. You gotta think about how we are our own enemy. Nipsey Hussle should have been a staple of the hood. He should have been a monument to the hood of what you can aspire to be. But instead, everything we hear about Nipsey Hussle from his peers, from the people in his set, even if they do give Nipsey his flowers, you still hear them speaking on, yeah, he was a real Crip. Yeah, Nipsey Hussle would fight, or Nipsey Hussle speaking on him in all the negative aspects instead of bringing his name up. They even talking about sex tapes on Nipsey Hussle and different stuff that could tarnish his image, that could tarnish his reputation. Instead of focusing on all the good things that he had accomplished without ever even having a platinum plaque. Us as a community gotta realize, man, and because Tyrese said something else in this interview that really struck a nerve with me. And he spoke on how everybody's saying the Jews run this the music business. The Jews run this, and the hatred towards the Jews and how powerful the Jews are. And he made an example of different ethnicities, as far as the Chinese, the Japanese, the white, the Mexican. They survive and they are prosperous because they are a collective. But when you look at the blacks in America, we fragmented. That means we have groups within the group. So we never can reach the ultimate unity, because you got a group over here that don't mess with this group. You got a group over there that don't mess with that group. Then you got the clicking up aspects of we don't mess with them. That's the reason why the black community is the way it is, because on jobs, I have worked with white people and they couldn't stand each other, would talk about each other when they're not around each other. But when it came to something with getting the job done, they could hold all that in. They could talk to this person with a smile, and the moment that person walking off, they cursing them out. But when it come down to getting something done, I've witnessed this. But black people, when we get in our emotions or we get upset about something, we'll cut our own water off just to be low down to a person. So we gotta focus on what instead of looking at the negative parts of situations, we should be studying these people, because guess what? They study us. And that's a fact. But see, we too busy being entertained by foolishness that we really can't see the light. All they gotta do is throw a shiny chain, a fancy car. The things that we're dying over is not worth it. It's too many examples of this not working. A person becomes successful and can't even go back to the hood that they was raised in, the hood that they putting on for, because of jealousy or because somebody feel like they want your position. And that same person wouldn't even put the hard work in that you put in order to be in that position. So instead of learning off Nipsey Hussle, the circle around here was trying to figure out how to knock him off. And not just take his life, but as far as the bad contracts, as far as everything dealing with the business, you could see that it was not no unity. And then they get jealous. He get ready to bring certain rappers to the hood to shoot videos, DJ Khaled. And they bring the people out there, and then they pressing these people. And don't you think this would make these celebrities not want to deal with Nipsey Hussle because of what his neighborhood did? Who's to say these people will believe Nipsey Hussle don't have anything to do with y'all pressing them? So the selfish mentality of us as a people, that's what's destroying us. Because at this point, it's ways we could make money. It's just the average black person that get money, we waste it and we throw it away. We don't figure out how we're gonna do something to make it grow. We don't figure out how we can get with our next brother. Instead, we want to shit on him by having something better than him. We want to get patted on the back because we doing better than people that's doing absolutely nothing. So we gotta compete. That's what it's all about in the world. The white people, these other races, they're competing business-wise. And whether they like each other or not, no one has to die behind it. Wake up, people.